Good morning, students. Let's continue with the chapter, The Ashes That Made the Trees Bloom, on page number 58. That night, the spirit of the dog appeared to him in a dream and said, appeared to him, here him is the good old man. So the dog appeared to him in his dream and said that cut down the pine tree over my grave. The pine tree where the dog was buried. So he said that cut down the tree and make from it a mortar for your rice pastry and a meal for your bean sauce. Okay, they are containers for making food. Okay, mortar is a bowl. So he said that make a mortar for your pastry and a meal for your bean sauce with the wood of that pine tree. Okay. So the old man chopped down the tree and cut out of the middle of the truck a section about 2 feet long. So now the old man, he chopped down the tree and he cut out the middle of the trunk in 2 parts, in 2 sections, in a section about 2 feet long. 2 feet long cut down for making mortar and meal. With great labor, partly by fire, partly by the chisel, he scraped out a hollow place as being big as a small bowl. So with the help, great labor means working very hard, he made that bowl, small bowl, he said, no, mortar. He then made a long handled hammer of wood such as is used for pounding rice. Pounding means for crushing something. Okay, so he made that, and when New Year's time drew near, he wished to make some rice pastry. Rice pastry, maybe there is some traditional food item, so he wanted to make that. When the rice was all boiled, Granny put it into the mortar. Granny means the old lady. Okay, she put it into the mortar. The old man lifted his hammer to pound the mass into dough, and the bowls fell heavy and fast until the pastry was all ready for the baking. So they first boiled the rice and then they pounded it, means they crushed it and they made a dough out of it. Dough means atta. Okay, and suddenly the whole mass turned into a heap of gold coins. Now what happened? Suddenly that paste, no, it turned out into gold coins. Okay, it turned out to be gold coins, a heap of gold coins, मतलब एक gold coins का छोटा सा पहाड़ बन गया. When the old woman took the hand mill and filled it with beans, began to grind, the gold dropped like rain, and as the old lady began to grind the beans, it as if the bean, no, it did not give the bean sauce, it began to drop gold like rain. It was raining like gold. Gold was raining, in form of water. Like when it rains, we get water. So here it was like it is gold raining. Meanwhile, the envious neighbor peeped in, and envious means jealous. जो जलते हैं, peeped in at the window when the boiled beans were being grounded, and the bad old couple was watching all this, whatever was happening in the old couple's house. Goody me, cried the old hag, as she saw each dripping of sauce turning into yellow gold, until in a few minutes the tub under the mill was full of shining mass of gold. And that wicked old couple, no, they were seeing all these things, that how the gold was dropping out of the mill. They were seeing everything whatever was happening, and they are very bad, no, they killed their dog also. So the old couple were rich again. So now the old couple became rich, they had so much of gold with them. The next day the stingy and wicked neighbor came and borrowed the mortar and magic mill. So now what happened? Those bad couple, no, they thought that okay, this mortar and this it is a magic mill, it will give gold. If we grind anything, it will give gold. They filled one with boiled rice and the other with beans. And now what they did, they filled one with boiled rice and the other with beans. Then the old man began to pound and the woman to grind. Now they also began to pound and grind. One was grinding and one was pounding. But at the first blow and turn, the pastry and sauce turned into a full mass of worms. So what happened? It did not turn into gold, but what it turned into worms. Okay, कीड़े में बदल गया खाना. Still more angry at this, they chopped the meal into pieces to use as for wood, firewood. Now they were again angry. So what did they do? Where did they took out their anger? On the mill. They chopped it into pieces and used the pieces of the mill for fire. See how bad they are. When the thing or animal or it's not in their use, they kill it. When they don't get what they want, they destroy it. Like this, they destroyed the dog also. They killed the dog because it could not find gold for them. Now they destroyed the meal. Why? Because it did not give them gold. So they were very bad couple. They did not have little mercy in themselves. So what happens to bad people? Bad things only happen. So their food also turned into worms. Okay, kide. Worms means kide, latte. Okay, so the next part of the chapter we'll read in the next video. Till then, whatever I have read in this chapter, just try to remember it and try to go through it once again. Thank you.